Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt, and sorry for like the weird surroundings. I just had a little baby girl. Uh, Mom and baby are doing fantastic, but for a lot of you parents, you know there's not a lot of sleep that goes on when you have a new baby. So in between feedings, I got a few new toys and stuff for Christmas. One of them is these AirPods. I already opened those, but I'll probably try to do a review of them in the next couple of days. Just kind of my initial thoughts after wearing them for the past week or two. But I got the brand new 2017 MacBook Pro. I got the 13.3-inch one with the 8 gigs of RAM, and I think it has 128 gigs of storage. So planning on using, that's a lot less storage than I'm used to. Normally, I think my last laptop had 500 gigs, but I have an external hard drive and hoping that, trying not to bog my actual computer down with too much stuff, and hoping that with external hard drives I can just save a lot of the information over on that sort of stuff. So I thought, hey, I don't often get a lot of really cool new toys, and so I thought, hey, let's just open this up and take a look at what is inside of this box. So on the outside, it's your basic, very sleek Apple looking box, clean white. I went with the space gray. Normally, they have the silver and the space gray. My last one was a silver one. I actually had one of the white ones when they first came out. So basic Apple design, and then all the fun fine print on the bottom. So let's open this up and see. Slowly, okay. So empty on that side, and then on here, once again, like I said, we have the space gray. Kind of looks silver on the screen a little bit, but it's kind of a darker color, which I liked. I really like, I don't even know if it was actually Apple or if it was skins, but the black one. But I like them a lot more than this just flat out silver ones. And so let's take this out. The first thing I notice is it is very thin, like very considerably thin all around. It's got the film on that, so we'll bust that open in just a second. Got this designed by Apple in California. So once again, not made in California, but designed by all the fun people in California. Open it up, and inside you have, man, they will not let this die. Okay, so inside you have all the fun instructional stuff and kind of where everything is and where everything goes. Talks about the new trackpad, which apparently is one of the best parts of this. And we're going to talk about the Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C ports that come with this one. That's my biggest concern with this one. I was actually looking at getting the 2015 model just because I mostly use USB 2, SD card readers, all that sort of fun stuff. You have all your fun fine print. And this, which comes with like almost every Apple thing ever, these little decals. Like, does anyone like sticker things? Like almost every single Apple product I've ever gotten comes with these, and I never use them. Like, I probably have like 15 of these things, and I never use them. But yet they keep giving them to us like year after year after year. But make your laptop $20 cheaper and stop sending me stickers. Then you have the charger, which is also another big thing I'm worried about. One of my favorite things about MacBooks is the magnetic charger. I am just a clumsy person sometimes, and when things get yanked out, you get terrified of your laptop flying across. And so, but they've actually switched to the USB 3 port here, or USB-C, I should say, and but yeah, so the cool thing about this is you can use this cord for almost everything, to charge, to do everything like that. So you don't have a charging port and a USB port, it charges through the USB port. So, and then the last thing in here is the big old block. So my old laptop, let's start with the block and then work our way up. My old laptop had the one where you had the block, the cord that plugged into the wall, and then on the other side of the block, the cord that plugged into your laptop, which was good when you were working at Starbucks or library or coffee shop, because it gave you that extra length. And the other thing that's kind of a downside is then you have to plug this directly into the wall, while with the other one, it was just a regular plug, just sort of like, you know, same as a lamp or any sort of other plug-in where it was just the cord. But this one, you have to actually plug the brick itself into the wall. Does not look like that. Ooh, that might come out. Yes, so it looks like this comes out. So you actually might be able to get some sort of adapter of some kind. Sorry for my ignorance on if that is possible, but looks like it. This does come unattached, so then if you did want to maybe get that extension cord, that is an option. But for right now, in the box, just comes with this, so you have to just plug that directly into your wall, which I'm guessing will probably take up both sockets on a wall. So I do like the fact that it's less cord. I always tried to do the thing where you wrap it up and it would always just come untangled anyways. So the fact that it's nice, it's small, very concise. It does not look like it has the little dongle things on the side so you can wrap around, but it looks like the actual cord wraps up pretty nicely, so that should be good, and that's how you charge. It's everything in the box, just a little safety things to hold them in there, and that is the outside of the box. So you got your box, you got your charger, you got your little guiding things and unnecessary stickers. Now the fun part. The actual laptop. Once again, my first thing that I noticed about this was how thin this is. This is probably, I mean, it's got some weight to it. You can tell that it's, one of the things I love about MacBooks is the metal body. It doesn't feel light, it doesn't feel plastic, it feels solid. Not that I would ever intentionally drop this, but I felt like if I did, this is a solid piece of, you know, solid computer. It's not just gonna bust apart, might dent or scratch, and it looks, the finish on it of course is fantastic. So let's open it up. Another thing I love, Apple does this, Amazon does this, but this thing is awesome. The fact that I don't need to cut open anything, that it just kind of peels right off, very good. Because I'm always afraid I'm going to like use a knife or use scissors and scratch up the brand new thing I just bought. So now that that film is off, you can see it's a lot darker than a previous laptop. My old laptop. TV transition real quick. So just to compare and contrast, this is actually a 2010, so this is the reason that I'm upgrading, but you can definitely tell the difference when they're side to side. So this is what the silver one looks like with the white apple. And then this one actually no longer has the light up apple like the previous ones did. It actually has a reflective, it's almost like a mirror. You can kind of see yourself in like all of our little things. So it has like a little reflective thing there, and so instead of the light up option, and also you can see just how much drastically thinner this is. Now this one actually has a CD-ROM player, so you can actually put CDs in there, but nowadays with everything being app-based and you rarely needing to actually put a CD in here because everything's through iTunes or everything's bought through the App Store, they took that away, which I'm fine with. Run into problems every so often, but once again, you can always get an adapter. So, but you can see, like, this is twice as thick, or this is twice as thin as this is. And then we'll also look at the difference in ports, obviously. So this one appears to have one there on the side, and then the CD player, and then this is where the big difference comes in. Look at all these ports on my old MacBook, the 2010 edition. So you have your charger, which once again is the magnetic one, somewhat prefer that, and then you have all your things. This one does not have an HDMI, but it does have headphone jack and USB 2s and also SD card reader. This is going to be one of my biggest concerns, is this SD card reader. I do a lot of video recording using a Canon, just a Canon Rebel, a T5, and I love being able to just take out the memory card and put it directly into the computer. But as you can see with this new one, Ports are few and far between. So like I said, you have 2 of the USB-Cs, which, once again, I'm going to have to start getting a lot of adapters for, but this is the direction that almost all technology is going. So kind of like with AirPods, they're kind of leading the direction in less plugging things in and more just downloading. And then what's really ironic is the newest one has a headphone jack. So even though in the newest iPhones, I currently have a 7 Plus, but even in the 8s and the iPhone 10, or the iPhone X, or whatever you'd like to call it, no headphone jack, but in their newest MacBook, they still keep that. And I'm wondering if that's because when people are doing things like video editing, they like having much higher quality headphones that maybe they don't like the Bluetooth and they like to have the physical cord just because they're using nicer headphones than when you're just going for a walk or listening to music. So once again, very sleek finish. Now let's open it up. So you open it up, comes with this protective thing right here, just protecting the screen. Once again, it's the very nice space gray finish. I love this space gray finish, the darker one as opposed to the silver one. And let's go ahead and see if this comes right off. So nice and easy. So you peel that off, and you have your screen. Looking good. I'm assuming that it does not come with any sort of battery charging or anything like that, or with any juice in it whatsoever. So, but yeah. So it looks really good. Nice black screen. This trackpad is supposed to be amazing. Has some multi-point touch, so you can scroll and click, and it's also one of the ones where you actually don't physically click anything, but when you click, it sends a little pulse to make it feel like you're clicking. So when it's off, you can't actually physically press down on it. So I am actually going to stop for just a minute, and then I'm going to plug it in, and we're going to see what it looks like when it boots up. Be right back. We're back. So I just plugged it in, and just a little bit of an update. I was able to plug in both my iPhone charger, this small brick, and the larger brick that comes with this, to a two-port outlet. So as long as you're keeping it at the bottom or you flip it and keep it on the top, it should be able to plug in with other things. So once again, we are going with our USB-C ports on the side. So once again, there's no separate charging port. It just is the same as the ones that your USB would go into. And the cord is the same on both sides, so you can plug it in either way. And let's see here, slides just right in there. And let's see what happens. Now we wait. It just beeped at me, so here we go. So when you turn it on, initially you get the Apple loading. Once again, this is the 13.3 inch with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 120, I want to say 124. It's booting up, it should tell me, but it does not. Oh, here we go. Alrighty. So you can see that a little bit better than you can see me.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Interesting thing. So when you start this up, I don't know if you were able to hear that, but Siri actually kicks right in, and so it says to use English as the main language, press the enter key, and it's loading up. So that's really interesting that right off the bat, before you even start, Siri starts asking you and helping you with the setup process. That's pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. Also, once again, just had a baby. We're literally in a hospital room. So I don't know how quickly the Wi-Fi and all that will work. We are in the United States, so let's hit enter again for that. Oh, that's really cool. It does literally feel like you're clicking, even though when it was off, no click whatsoever. We're using a US keyboard, and we are going to use the hospital guest Wi-Fi, because that's how we roll. All right, well, I'm gonna keep, gotta join the Wi-Fi. Say that we will use the hospital Wi-Fi responsibly, except that trackpad is amazing. I really love that. It flows really smoothly, and it literally does feel like I'm clicking. It's kind of freaking me out again. Let's try that again. But yeah, the trackpad is fantastic. And for someone who used a Magic Mouse for an extended period of time when it comes to things like editing videos, that's super helpful to have a trackpad. We're not going to transfer any information right now. I'm going to time machine my old laptop and move everything over. We're not going to do location services or anything like that, just because I'll set up all this sort of stuff later. We're not going to sign into anything. I don't want you guys stealing all my logins. We're going to skip that for now. Then you sign your life away with the terms and conditions that everyone always responsibly reads. I'm going to make my computer account real quick. Seems to be working at a pretty good pace, which is one of the main reasons I upgraded. My old one only had 4 gigs of RAM, and when it comes to things like video editing, which is video editing, graphics, a large chunk of what I do, I just needed a lot of that time. So no, we are not in wherever the heck that is. We are in the grand old area of Iowa. I wonder if it's, oh, Detroit. Nope, we're not in Omaha. Further north than that. We're not in Winnipeg. Alright, I'm just going to say we're in Omaha for right now. It's the right time zone. I'll adjust accordingly. Sure, we can share analytics. You can steal all my stuff. Yes, we can enable Siri. Oh, so, setting up the Mac. So once again, probably in a little bit, I'll do a full review of what I feel like, how it's performing. This is just a basic unboxing and how it looks overall. The first thing I notice is it looks beautiful. Really sleek, really good looking. How much battery do I got? Does it come charged with some? So, the cord's a little bit shorter than I would like to charge, but as you can see, that the screen is fantastic. Comes with your typical background, all that fun stuff, and but seems to be working really smoothly. So I am going to time machine this and then play with it for a couple of days, and then probably do a review on just generally how it works. But this is how it looks, and my initial reaction is it looks beautiful. Screen looks great. I love the space gray. Another thing too is how they have the speakers. I'm just gonna take this at this point. The speakers are on the sides right here, so you actually have some speakers that are along the side that you can hear out of. So that's pretty cool how they have the speakers right there with your trackpad, and they also have the lit up keyboard, and it's supposed to be sensitive, so if you're in a darker area or a lighter area, it will adjust accordingly. So this is a general unboxing of the MacBook 2017 edition, 13.3 inch, and yeah. So my first initial reaction is it looks great. It looks nice, clean. I like the idea of the minimal amount of ports. But right now, like I said, everything I have runs on USB 2, SD card readers, all that sort of stuff. So while it's moving in that direction, I feel like it's a little bit early of a jump, similar to the Bluetooth headphones and not having a headphone jack at all. I would have liked maybe at least one, maybe even an option for an SD card reader or an option for a USB 2, but they're saying, hey, this is the direction we're going. and I will adjust accordingly. And so I need to go out and get a couple $100 in adapters now. Not so fun. But that's all I have for that. Like I said, I'll be testing it out, putting it in real use, real world use in the next couple of days and weeks, when I get a chance. Once again, I just had a baby. Oh, I'm so excited. If you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like me to test out, any questions about maybe how I like it, or if there was anything that you think I missed, go ahead and just tell me in the comments down below, and hopefully we'll have a few more tech things. I'm going to do probably a review of these AirPods, and I also got the new Amazon Echo Show, so I'm going to do an unboxing of that, and then also a review of that. So be looking out for that, and let me know if there's anything else that you want to talk about. Thanks for watching, guys.